Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Doodle Robot and today we're going to talk about, I don't know, art. I'm having a squirrel moment here. I went to, maybe I should start more at the beginning. I've been working on filming this. I'm having trouble getting my tape to stick, but I'm working on filming this. I'm playing with my gouache. I'm having a good time learning lots of stuff. I'm kind of at a stuck moment. I know there's probably going to be some flowers here on top of the vines, but I want something here and here. I don't know what that is yet, so I've set that aside. But I went over to my drawer I was going to do some watercolor studies. Watercolor doodles, and I was looking for some watercolor paper, and I've been thinking just last night, kind of dreaming about a couple of pieces. I only found one. I was thinking about this Buddha piece, and I'm like, maybe I should get that out and see if I can finish that or whatever. And then it jumped out at me in my drawer. I thought it was in my portfolio with all my old stuff that, I kind of left behind when I left Tucson, Arizona. How long was, 5+ years ago, however long ago it was. And it was there. I kept it out because this was a transition point for me in my life. I was leaving my big, huge abstract expressionist paintings, and I was wanting to work smaller and a little more, mix some representational into the abstract expressionist work that I was doing. You can see the background has that very kind of abstract expressionist feel to it, but then there's, the Buddha and the flowers, the representational part. This was as far as I got, and then I think COVID happened, and then right at the height of COVID is when I moved to the middle of nowhere, so that was packed up. Now, I no longer have these paints that I was working on, but I didn't keep notes in those days on things, so I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to leave this out so I can stare at it a while and see if I can pick that up again, because I love painting the Buddha. Some other things I found when I moved to the middle of nowhere to fulfill my last 3 years of teaching so I could just collect my retirement. I decided, okay, I really want to work small and I want to try watercolor. And that's when I got my little Mei-Liang paints. Because I had never taken to watercolor, so I didn't want to get anything expensive. And I still have those paints. I'm still using them because that's how much I use watercolor. I had done a little bit of practice with the watercolor. Like you can see, these are kind of unfinished. I was really attracted on YouTube. I was really attracted to those people who do what do they call it? Doodling with watercolor. Except, I was so frustrated and stressed with trying to teach through COVID, trying not to die, Everybody was mad at teachers because we weren't in the classrooms because we didn't want to die. So, yeah, and then when we were in the classrooms, nobody showed up. So, we had to learn how to do everything online, which was took 20 hours out of your day. But yeah, so I got to play a little bit with it, and then I just didn't have the time or the energy to figure it out. But I'm looking at these, and this is as far as I got. This is a watercolor background here. This one actually I rather like. Apparently I thought I was done with this in 221. I think I'm going to work on this some more, and I'm pretty sure I have some sketches or something of a whole bunch of these kind of alien architecture things. Of course, I'm gonna like that. But this is interesting because this is how, I'm pretty sure this is in watercolor with the Mei-Liangs, but this is how I would start my big abstract expressionist paintings. I would start with a spacey background like that, except I would use acrylic paint, and often I would throw a bunch of different salts in there different sizes of salt, like the big, huge salt, the tiny little salt, stuff like that. So I would get these spacey things, and then I would do stuff on top of it. So this is similar, although this is a bit more representational than I was doing. I rather like this. I really want to come back to that. I think I want to do some work on that. So that's going to get crossed out and have a new date on there. This was another watercolor one. I may or may not work on that one. I thought I was finished with that one in 221. We shall see. I use Sharpie pin here, and I don't know if that's going to get anything. These are begging for stuff to be finished, so I'm thinking about those. I'm thinking about this one. This is begging for a big, tall, like, phallic space architecture thing right there. I'll have to see if I can find any of sketches of stuff that I did. I don't know. I tend not to save stuff like that. Did I talk about this one? Another little Buddha one. Apparently, I thought I was done with this one in 1220. And then I thought I was done with it in 221. But now that I see it, I'm thinking, no, I'm gonna do some more stuff on that. I've had a lot of practice now working coloring books and working tiny. Remember, like, at the time I was doing this, I was coming down from, like, wall-size murals. We're talking, like, I had murals, like, 4 feet by 5 feet, 3 feet by 5 feet. I had one that was 8 feet by 10 feet. Those are all rolled up. No, I'm not unrolling them right now. When I moved away from Tucson and I got rid of a bunch of that stuff, and the stuff I did keep I rolled up, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to, I was so creatively stifled that it's like, I need to like have a new start, a refresh, and go in a different direction. I'd like to add I have some ideas on things. I'm gonna stare at that a while too. Another one that I have out, you can see here, what I do when I don't like things, like how many times this is watercolor paper. It's got acrylic paint on it. I often would work on watercolor paper just with acrylic paint because I like how the acrylic paint goes onto the watercolor paper. I probably painted over that 3 times. So I don't know what was underneath there, but clearly I didn't like it. Same with this one. Although this color is hideous, we need to paint over that. I don't know what was on there. I can see some things, but clearly I didn't like it. Maybe I was doing some watercolor that I didn't like. Often recycle. I don't want to waste my paper. Save a tree. Here's one that I was really frustrated with at the time. But looking at it, it's like, I love these colors. I love what's going on here. Again, it was that creatively stifled time of COVID. So, you know, just too much work and too much stress to, like, be creative. But I think I would like to work on this as well. So I've been just looking through my little archives there, and there's going to be some changes to the channel a little bit here in the future as I'm delving off into lots of new territories. I definitely want to work on some of my sketchbooks more, and some drawing and sketching more, and jelly plate more. So this is going to be, I think it's going to be becoming more of a, I'm still going to do the color book thing, but I think it's going to, have a few more sections on my channel here. So yeah, so that's coming up. And I think in a second I'm getting out, I bought a book at actually I'll get it and show it to you. An impromptu little mini haul here. Some new Jelly Roll pens, because mine don't really work anymore. They're old. My Jelly Roll whites are really old. They are pre-coloring book days, and I just don't reach for them because they just don't work. So I thought I would try some new ones and see if they flow better. So I got those. I'm kind of in a low buy mode here too. So 2025 for me is use what you have kind of thing. Even though I'm now kind of reaching out in lots of different directions. I gotta say, it's been probably coming for a while because I find myself, I'm not really watching the coloring channels anymore, which is it's definitely an indicator that, my creativity is going in a different direction. Um, and since I quit my job in, I think it was August. I don't think I told you guys, but I quit my job in August. I'm now just kind of hanging out, retired. Well, it was a shocker. I quit abruptly. There was a thing. And so, and then there was a quitting. So it's like, ugh, I can't. I'd rather just stay at home and do art and stuff like that. Now that, and then it was great because I dived in, and those were the months where I got tons of coloring done. I broke my own records. I had time to be creative. And then lately I've been like, yeah, I'm doing the color book thing, but I'm thinking about all these other things. And I'm kind of in transition mode. I don't know where I'm going. No clue. I usually don't know where I'm going. That's usually a thing. But I think finally, like, the dam has broken, and it's like, okay, we need to try different new things. Like, it's reached that point where it's like I'm not heading towards the coloring books that often, and I'm thinking about these other things, so it's kind of time to get the things out and try them. I did get a few stencils, which I really like, that are geared more towards things I might want to do with the jelly plate and kind of that sort of art. Journal-y style. I'm not really going to do an art journal, but I do like to draw from that style, and you'll see it. But I think they're going to be more individual pieces for me. I got some tinier little letter stencils that had some numbers on them because I love the industrial look. I may start doing some industrial look. And some letter stencils here that are a different size than the stencils I already have. But the thing that's so cool that I got is this dictionary at a thrift store. I think it cost me $3, but I'm going to tear this up and I am going to start painting on these pages. I'm not sure what kind of art I'm going to do. I may do some gel prints on these pages. There's quite a few pages here. I'm good. So I think it's going to be kind of mixed media, watercolory, doodly. We're gonna see. But I may actually start this right now. Now that I have these out, and it's like I can think about those in the back of my mind while I do some prep work on some pages here. But yeah, that's it. So I don't know. I just thought I'd turn on the camera and kind of like ramble at you, talking about future plans, new directions. I named the channel Doodle Robot because I didn't think I was going to be coloring the whole time. I didn't know I was going to color that long, and I'm still going to color. I'm not leaving coloring or anything. In fact, I just got, Jojosa, Hannah, and myself are doing, I'm so excited, a buddy color for July. That's our birthday in Dramenvanger. And we're going to do the chicken page. I'm so excited about that. I'm going to have to Google chickens because that's very exciting. I don't think I've done a chicken. But yeah, this is a totally exciting page. I'm super excited about that. And actually last night, when I was so tired and couldn't think, but I'm in my studio and I'm like, I want to do something, but I'm too tired to think. I picked out this page to do in Color Yourself to Happiness. This bird page. Very kind of Asian-y. So it's going to be mixed media, of course. Seems like everything's mixed media these days. But yeah, I think my finished pages at the end of the month will be coloring pages. Maybe I'll call it finished projects or something. I know, everybody's going to steal that now. So we'll see coloring book things and other things that I've done throughout the month as well, individual little projects. So that's kind of where we're going. I think I made this just Like, I saw these out of the drawer and I'm like, I want to work on some of these. And I want to work on these other things. So I think we're pivoting here. We're pivoting right in a right direction, hopefully. So that's it. I just thought we'd have a little heart to heart. I could be wrong. I don't know. We'll see where it goes from here. All right. I'll see you next time. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.